December 17th. Sorry we're late, but you guys are probably used to that by now, since most of our shows start late. Hi! Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show coming at you live from the Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. The legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. The club that is Zooming on Saturday night. That's right, you can go to Governor's in Levittown virtually this Saturday night to see a comedy show with Chris Roach and Olga Namer and Kevin Downey Jr. Three greats. Check it out. Don't have any info for you how to get it, but they're doing it. Govsradio.com is the website. You can see our shows when they finally start on govsradio.com. You can see our shows on Gov's Comedy Club Radio. That's the name of the Facebook page. That's the name of the YouTube channel. And you can see our shows there. Please like and share our shows. We appreciate all the support. Please go to teespring.com. You can buy yourself some Govs Radio swag, like hats and t-shirts and face masks and all sorts of stuff. And if you take a picture of yourself with your Govs Radio swag, send it to us on Facebook, and you'll get yourself some free admission to a show at any of the. You get yourself a pass to any of the. You get yourself a free pass to any of the shows coming up at any of the three Governor's Comedy Clubs. Govs.com is the website of the club. Teespring is where we're selling our swag. Govsradio.com is where you can see our shows on your Fire Stick, on your Roku, on your smart TV, on your Apple TV, or any smart device if you choose, and you can watch us on TV. And of course, don't forget Knockem Dead Comedy. We're the comedy troupe. As you can see how funny we are right now.
I'm hilarious.
She is hilarious. Knockem Dead Comedy, that's the comedy troupe we work with. We do audience interactive murder mystery shows live in your face. Perfect thing during COVID. Hopefully we'll be up and running again soon, so check us out. While Sallie is sharing, I will do some free ads because we're the only ones who don't get paid. The Roslyn Social. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show brought to you by Roslyn Social, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Their rooftop lounge is open. They're available for takeout, curbside pickup, delivery, and they're on your favorite food service apps. Even their famous cocktails and desserts are available to go as well. So give them a call, 516-801-4963, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Thank you from Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles and motorcycles using such techniques as state-of-the-art paint spray booths and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the whole process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, they are with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body at 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body. Ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. And of course, Bella Vista Pizza.
Bella Vista Pizza.
154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. They're available. They're open. They have great service, great atmosphere, and the best food you'll ever have. And they also deliver. 516-433-4464. A great pizza place. Everybody we've ever taken there absolutely loves it. So check out Bella Vista Pizza, 516-433-4464. Tell them Knockem Dead Comedy sent you. You get 2 free garlic knots. And last but not least, Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate broker with Signature Premier Properties, 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. Gina is a fantastic real estate agent. She will make the whole selling and buying process nice and smooth, stress-free. Gina will sell your house so fast it'll make your
Head spin.
head spin. There you go, Gina Conjemi Coffin. Hope everybody's safe this morning. Hope everybody's well. You guys should be just sitting around in front of the fire and just sitting around doing nothing. It's that kind of day. Just watching it all come down. But don't get too excited. It's just snow. It'll be gone in a few days. It's supposed to be back in the 40s this weekend. It's supposed to rain, I think, Sunday or Monday. Tuesday or Wednesday is supposed to be in the 50s. It'll go away. It's going to be gone. Nobody has to run to the supermarket and stock up. Nobody has to do anything. Don't worry about anything. It's just snow.
I wish it was like warmer in the afternoon today, though, because it makes it easier. Like, it's just going to get up to like 33 or something this afternoon.
All right.
So, like, 45 would have been better. I'm just saying.
It's one day.
Just saying.
One day.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Oh, you do that so much better.
Oh, thanks. You know what I find funny, though, too, is we haven't... Last winter, here on Long Island, we had one snowstorm. And even then, I think it was maybe 5 or 6 inches tops. I don't even think it was that much.
Saturday. Like, it was, like,
Yeah,
so
true.
convenient.
So we've basically gone 2 years without a big snowstorm.
Uh-huh.
Plus the fact there's COVID. So I think everybody's just either they've lost their minds from COVID, and they've forgotten what it's like to have a snowstorm. I mean, the North Shore of Long Island, they said got 8 to 12. Down Massapequa, where you are, we got maybe 6, maybe.
No, not
But
even. Do you think?
even the news said anywhere from 3 to 6.
Captain Jack's up in
He's got like a foot. Right?
Amsterdam in upstate New York, and he got 30 inches so far.
But the thing is, well, down here, yeah, 30 inches is a lot. But here, where we got, so some of Long Island got maybe a foot. But most of Long Island got just a few inches. So, but they're treating it like, stock up on your groceries. You're going to be stuck in the house for 2 months. It's like they forgot what it was like. Long Island never handled snow right, first of all.
No.
2
No.
inches.
You don't even realize how bad it is until you live in upstate New York, and it's completely different. Yeah.
And now what they've done, maybe in the past 5 or 10 years now, like schools will close when there's the threat of a storm.
Yeah.
It used to be when we all had a set of balls. It used to be, all right, there's snow coming. Let's the snow
Let's
is
see
here.
what
Let's
happens.
close. Right. But when it came, when you woke up at 6 in the morning and saw the snow on the ground, said, okay, that looks kind of
Maybe.
bad out there. Let's cancel school. Or let's start school late or something.
Remember-
Now it's, they said it's going to snow tomorrow. We should not do this. And then a lot of times, it's not. It's either nothing or just nothing to worry about at all.
But it's simple. I like it. You get like a text, like your school texts you. It's great. You're just like, oh, okay, no school.
That's
Remember-
not what I'm talking about.
I know, but remember how we used to have to sit on the living room floor in front of that big TV and wait for the scroll of the school names to go by to find out whether we had to go in an hour? Like, it's stressful. You're like, oh, I had to go to the bathroom. Oh, I missed the H's. And I have to wait till it goes around
Well, they
the
also
ring.
called back then.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
The school called you and said, hey, young Tony, you don't have to come in today. Love
Didn't
Hicksville
they?
High. No.
I think they did.
No, you had to sit in front of the TV.
All right, so you sit in front of the TV. What's so bad about
And you
that?
couldn't even look it up online because there was no
Well,
online.
right, but you can look it up on TV, or you can go. But they would tell you, tune in to this radio station and that radio station, and they'll run down the list. Or so you scroll, and whenever they scrolled it, it was in alphabetical order. So you just all right. So they're up to M's. They have to go down to Z, then back to A, and then to H. I got time to go pee.
Wait, can you do that alphabet again? I missed it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking right now, and they're down. They're on the M. So by the time they get M to Z and then A to back to H, so I have plenty of time to go pee. So you knew when your school was coming up.
I like just that you get a text. And what I really like
But again, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
I'm saying how they're canceling school just when a threat of a storm is coming.
But it was a pretty big storm
When?
today.
Come on,
yeah,
it's not
it
that
was
big.
slippery, and yeah.
It's slippy.
It was slippery.
Be careful,
driving
it's
here.
slippy. It wasn't that bad driving here.
Yes, it was. I wouldn't want a school bus with no one with seatbelts.
I'm not saying the school should be open today. Again, that's
So?
not what I'm saying either.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying they used to wait to see if a storm actually came.
Now they're prepared.
They're prepared. They're scared.
They're prepared to stay
They're
home
wimps.
and relax and have chocolate with marshmallows. What's wrong with you?
And get ready. I mean, they didn't do well. At least your district didn't do it, but I'm telling you, it's coming. Oh, there's snow. Well, you know what? We can do virtual.
Yeah, that was the big deal, and I was actually really happy about that. Because,
I hope they don't, but I think they will.
Because they said that they will be doing that. Like if now that everyone's set up for virtual and they know how to do it, if it's like a really several days of bad weather, they could just they could just do school virtually. But everyone was like, oh, it's the first snowstorm of the season. The poor children, they should have a day off. And that's exactly what happened. We got a text saying, school's closed, it's going to be bad weather, there's going to be no virtual learning, just relax and have a good day off. And I thought that was cool.
I agree.
I got no complaints. I think it ran smoothly.
But, again, it's not that bad out there. It's up to a foot. Most of the island did not get close to that. And then even News 12 this morning, I had to turn it off.
Why? Why?
Well, you had the guy in their car. What do they call their News 12 car? They have it like, it's not Chopper. It's Tracker or something. The News 12 Tracker. Well, it's something like that.
It's a car.
And it's a guy in an SUV, and somebody's driving. You have your cameraman and the reporter. And I swear to God, the whole report was, well, we're driving, and they were in Belmore, the town of Belmore. Well, we're driving through Belmore. This is what it looks like on this side street. We're now making a right onto Newbridge Road, and if you look up at a distance, you see a plow.
Oh, no.
Now we're making a left. Now you can see this street. Don't know the name of the street, but this is what it looks like.
But I'm coming up to it right now.
Once you're even on it, they're like, here we are. And he goes, and to my right, there's somebody cleaning out his car. And then they go 2 more houses, and there's a man shoveling his driveway. I swear to God, this is exactly what the report was. And then that was it. He goes, so the roads are kind of what was to be expected today. So be careful out there. And then the next report was some woman basically doing the same thing out in Suffolk somewhere.
Yeah.
And I had to turn it off. The lengths that the news outlets will go to scare you.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. I get it.
It's not a snowstorm. It's not a storm. It's just some snow came down and you're home. You're going to be home for 1 day. So what?
You're very angry.
I'm in a bad mood today, man.
Yeah, you are.
I'm in a bad mood.
Yes.
I don't like starting our shows late.
What are you going to do?
Let's read comments.
Okay.
Whoops. Am I even getting comments? Captain Jack, the 30 inches. Danielle Asher. Snow day means I can come visit my friends on Govs Radio. Hello, Danielle Asher. Nice to see you. Hope the job is going well. Looking forward to seeing you Monday night. We're going to hang out with you. Carol Miner's asking if I'm okay. No. It's one of those days.
No, Carol. He's not okay.
This place is pissing me off. Good morning, everyone, says Elizabeth. Bill Hansen's watching. Ken Pichelle said he had a nice birthday. Saliani, Plajanos, Lou Prats is watching. Taz is watching. I have a feeling I'm not seeing all the comments.
Oh, let me look. What do you got? You want to talk about anything?
I wanted to talk about Pasusu last night. Put up, shut up, and stand up.
Oh, okay.
Pasusu returned last night. They had a big announcement that they're going to be selling their own shirts, just like Graz does. We at the station love when people sell their own stuff.
Tony's in a bad mood.
I'm in a very bad mood today. But Don was. We've teased Don on here in the past how sometimes he's interviewing comedians and they hit on him.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
The Smiley.
Sheila Smiley.
She
was all over him.
Yeah.
And then Christy Miller, when she was on his show, she was all over him.
Was she?
Yeah.
She's just sexual. Was she all over him?
Yeah, she was kind of.
Because I remember Smiley thinking, Man, she wants to.
Yeah, Smiley was making advances, but
Christy, I think, she's just like
yeah, but she's
cool and
no,
sexual.
but she was saying flat out, you and me, we like she was.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So then last night, Don is interviewing Sam Talent, a comedian out of Colorado who just wrote a book, and Don says to him, "So, the character in this book, the book's about a stand-up comedian." He goes, "So what do you envision the character to look like?" And Sam Talent goes, "Well, Don," he kind of talked like a surfer dude. He's like, "Oh, like Don, I think he'd look like you. You got bright, glowing eyes.
No.
And you got a nice, thick beard. And, I think the character would be really good looking." I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Did Don blush?
No, Don just kind of...
Was Don like, oh, yeah.
Don's a great actor, man. Even the stupidest jokes, Don... Don, he nails it, man. He makes everybody feel like they're funny.
He didn't say things like, "You're not the only one who's mentioned my glowing eyes."
He didn't, no. He said, "Get in line behind Smiley and Miller." No, he didn't say any of that. He,
Well, Andy says that Don's sexy as fuck.
Yes, I'm not getting comments.
And Adam Snare says
Adam.
a big hello to us.
Adam.
Nancy, Brandon, Frost, Hickey is watching with us. That's her whole name.
Wow, that's a lot of names.
I know, that's a
Well,
lot.
thanks for watching, Nancy.
Yeah, in my next life, I'd be like, my name's Anne. The Mets got a catcher.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, a good one. Are you happy about it?
Yes, I am.
Good.
The Mets seem to be doing everything right this off season. No, I'm serious. They're.
No.
What do you mean?
No. When things go well for the Mets in the first couple of months, then the storm hits.
No, well,
Not
no,
my first rodeo.
No, you're talking about the season.
Yes.
Right, the season hasn't started. That's why I said that they're doing everything right during this off season.
I'm scared.
Their new owner is spending money, and that's always a good thing, because when you spend money, you're buying winners.
Here's why it's bad. You want to know why it's bad?
Tell me why it's bad.
Look at your face. You have hope. You have hope with the Mets.
There's not hope on this face today.
You know I'm right.
Well, yeah, but no, yes and no.
You reek of it.
Mets fans are just happy to get a good season, even if the Mets don't make it anywhere. Even if Met fans, usually the Mets are out of it by June, and there's still 5 months of baseball to play.
Mm-hmm.
Met fans are just happy to have an exciting season, even if the Mets don't make it anywhere. So we're happy with that. So our expectations are not that high. But the problem with the Mets is that they're
the Mets.
They're the Mets. They get these good players and they end up getting hurt, or they haven't hit their prime yet, or they're past their prime. Something usually happens to ruin their season.
Like, who's the Yahoo in the right field who's so good and he keeps getting hurt golfing?
Well, that's Cespedes. He's gone, and he was in right field.
What was he? Center?
Center or left.
Really?
But he's gone. He's gone, never to play in a Mets uniform again. I'm not even sure if he's playing baseball again.
He's golfing.
So they're making some good moves, so it could be a good season. And the owner, Steve Cohen is his name. He's done some cool things. We actually talked about it once, where he went on Twitter like a month ago and was talking to the fans. This past weekend, they had something at their stadium where they were giving away. Sometimes, if you're a ticket holder, or you get one of their ticket packages, they'll have special events for people who have, the packages like that. So they invited them all in to get, I think it was bobbleheads or something. They were getting some kind of gift.
Sure.
But unbeknownst, it wasn't announced, this owner, Steve Cohen, and his wife, who were the ones giving out most of the gifts.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's really cool.
As they're giving out gifts, they're talking to the fans and they're talking about the team. And
what's he do for a living?
Who?
The owner.
Oh, he. I think he made his billions from hedge funds and all that type of trading, investing shit.
Lou Pratt said the Mets catcher is almost as good looking as Don Sill.
Nobody's as good looking as Don Sill. Nobody.
Elizabeth Batapede said the Mets are rebuilding. And Plagano said Don has been dripping with sex since he was a teen. The proof he He is a grandpa 10 years before us ugly people could even possibly have sex. That is true.
It is very true.
Yeah. I've seen his teenage boy look. Yeah, no wonder why he got laid.
Oh, yeah. I met Don. I've known Don for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I've spent most of those years trying to get on that.
I think he had a beard at 12.
He actually, which I think he used to get mad at me for, 25 years. So this was back when Mike Piazza was on the Mets. And Piazza most of the time had a goatee. When I met Don back then, he had a goatee also. And he had a very similar hairstyle back then as Piazza. We always called him Piazza.
Yeah, I could see that.
I have some pictures where he really looks like him.
I could see that.
But I don't think he liked it. I don't think he appreciated it. So we stopped.
No, we have to do it more then.
Well, now we just have to call him Sexy AF. Since all the comedians are digging him.
Adam Snare said, "Who Lenny Dykstra?"
You want to try that again?
No, that's exactly what it says.
Who, Lenny Dykstra? What about him? I don't know what you're asking me about. What about Lenny Dykstra?
He owns the Mets for a living. Oh, no, Adam, he doesn't. Like, I'm sure they do, like, a billion other things. You know, where they started
Well,
out.
yeah. Well,
Here's why I asked. I want to know where his customer service came from. That giving, meeting the fans, that's something that, you know, you are groomed to in certain industries. So I was curious whether he was, like, you know, owned a hotel or something that was more customer service oriented. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I mean, you have to raise your millions some other way before you own a team, right?
Right. Don has some supernatural filter on his camera, Lou Pratt said. No, I don't think so.
Don is on our Hot 90s bracket. Yeah, I'll have to dig up some pictures where he looked like Mike Piazza.
He did. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll find some pictures so I can prove it. And speaking of baseball, the Cleveland... two more things with baseball. The Cleveland Indians have decided to change their name.
Oh, good.
You know, you had, lots of sports teams like the Washington Redskins. They would catch a lot of flack for their names. So now Cleveland is next. What was that, last year? The Redskins dropped Redskins, and they just called themselves, the Washington football team or something like that they called themselves?
Which is the team that which team was it? And I don't even know if it's baseball or football. I think it's, I don't know. The guy said, absolutely, I'm never changing the name.
That was the Redskins.
So it was the Redskins. And then
he changed the name.
Because 3 of the major corporations that fund them were like, well...
Yeah, their sponsors were dropping out.
Yeah, because people are like, come on, don't be a dick.
I don't know if that was the case here. I don't know what led to the Indians deciding now to do it. I mean, all teams that have these types of names have been catching flack for a long time, but I don't know what spurred this. I don't know if they were catching more flack. They were the target of somebody. I don't know if their advertisers were dropping out. But yeah, so they're dropping Indians. I don't know what they're changing the name to.
All right, I thought you would.
No, they haven't announced it yet. Although I've seen on the internet, some people were posting their choices, and I saw Cleveland Rocks, which I think is a great name because it's a great song. Which I think Drew Carrey, didn't he use that for his theme song for his show, the Drew Carrey show, Cleveland Rocks? I think he did. I think that was or for a short time anyway, or he featured the song on his show a lot. I forget.
That's a great name.
But yeah, I think it's a cool name, and it's a great song to play in the stadium to get the crowd pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other cool thing about baseball,
okay.
Major League Baseball announced yesterday that they're now going to take the records from the Negro Leagues and incorporate it into their Major League stats.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The Negro Leagues, I think, started in the 20s, I think, and went into maybe the early 50s, maybe something. I forget exactly how long they ran, but yeah, Major League Baseball they're gonna incorporate all those records. So, the no hitters and stolen bases, home runs. So now, like old time home run leaders, that list is gonna change now. Which I think that's really great. I think it's great that those guys are going to get acknowledged for the great things that they did. Because there were some fantastic players who, you don't really know, that you never really hear of because they weren't, officially in Major League Baseball. So I think that's great. I think it's great for, and this year, after having all the riots and the racial tensions earlier in the year, I think this is the perfect thing.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little painful when, change takes place, but then it ends up being more fair and better in the long run, and quit being so grumpy.
Quit being so grumpy.
Adam Snare said, all Tony wants for Christmas is done.
Who doesn't?
And then Andrew Plagano said, get in line, Snare.
Yeah.
And then Tim said, yeah, no, Chief Nakahomer isn't racist at all. And Jack's going back to shoveling.
They're calling themselves the Cleveland Crackers. The Cleveland Honkies. That'd be a good name. The Cleveland Honkies. I think they should do that. Just so, because, other races had such a hard time for so many years. Mm-hmm. Now let's just target the whites. The Cleveland Whiteys. Mark White should own a baseball team.
And just call it the Whites.
There you go.
The Aaron Whites.
And then he'll charge you double for tickets and then tell you how stupid you are for paying for it.
So I came across this. You said that this list has been out forever and a day, but I wondered how many you remembered. It's because remember we were talking about Saturday Night Live the other day.
Before we lost all of our equipment.
Nope, I think it was before that.
No, it was Monday. We were talking about Saturday Night Live because we were talking about Bruce Springsteen being on it over the weekend and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but I can't. They made a list of 15 comedy giants who were straight up rejected by SNL. They totally tried out. They wanted to be on, got rejected, and there are 15. I went through the list. There were 3 I didn't know. But other than that, I was like, oh, right. That was a mistake.
All right, so yeah, you told me you wanted to do this today, and I guessed...
you only guessed one.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, but you didn't think about it for any more.
I did see this list, but it's been several years since I've seen it. Is Michael Richards on that list?
Nope.
So famous comedians, famous actors? Both, okay. Who actually tried out but didn't make it.
A lot of them ended up being actors and not so much stand-up comics.
Did Seinfeld ever try out?
Nope.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if he tried out, but he's not on it. And no one with Seinfeld.
Paul Reiser.
No. But I don't know if he's on. I just have the top 15.
Right.
You want to guess or you want me to say some?
Well, no, let me guess a little bit.
All right.
And let you guys guess a little bit.
Yeah, guess.
And but I'm sure a lot of you have seen this before. Yeah, Jim Carrey's only because they had I remember they showed video of his actual audition.
Who, Jim Carrey? Did he suck? And that's why?
I don't remember.
Sometimes people just rub Lorne
Michaels.
Michaels the wrong way.
He's a tough guy.
But he's been doing it for a long time, and I'm sure you mess up stuff. Jim Carrey probably had so much energy that he was probably like, oh man, that's a lot of energy.
There's been a lot of famous people who a lot of people don't remember were on Saturday Night Live. Like people who are big now, like Robert Downey Jr. was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Billy Crystal was on there for a short time. Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld, she was on it. She was a regular.
She was?
Yeah.
No, she wasn't just a host. For some reason,
I think she came back later to host. No, she was a cast member.
I thought Billy Crystal, for some reason, was just a recurring...
No, he was a cast member. He was on there when Jim Belushi became a cast member.
I remember some
of the
skits.
I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus was in the same cast with them, I believe. I might be wrong about that, but I think she was.
Huh.
Marlon Wayans? There's got to be a Wayans in there somewhere.
Nope.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Do you want me to give you some hints?
Sure.
Think of the cast of Roseanne.
John Goodman?
Yep.
I love John Goodman.
Me too.
One of the best actors ever, in my opinion. The guy can do anything. Unfortunately, he's done a lot of stupid shit, but he's a great actor, man. One of my favorites. I want to try and figure out why I'm not getting comments.
One of the guys that I've been watching like a lot lately that I just think is so. He does stand up. John Mullaney. He tried out.
Oh, did he?
He said after his audition, Mullaney got a call from Seth Meyers with a writing job offer. So he tried out. He thought he was going to be in the cast, and he gets the call, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm on."
Yeah.
And then Seth Meyers is like, "But I want to be clear, this is not cast. We just want you to write."
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Seth Meyers, was he the head writer or something?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But then Mullaney said, "I want to be clear. I would never think I never would think that I would be in the cast." So he was like, but then he just wrote. But he's a really good writer.
Oh, so he did write for them?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either. What about what's his name? Who's the guy? He had a TV show on HBO where he played the sports agent. Arliss. Who played Arliss? What's his name? He was in the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, where he was the reporter for. He was the photographer for. He was the reporter for Kim Basinger's photography in the newspaper. What the hell's his name?
I'm sorry.
He's not on that list?
No, probably not. But I'm sorry that I can't help you because you help me all the time, and I'm like, his favorite color is blue, and you'll be like John Mullaney.
I know he is it Robert something? I know he ended up writing for the Oscars for many years when Billy Crystal was hosting them. All right, give me some more.
Okay, think about the Today Show.
Jane Pauley.
Sorry. The Jon Stewart Show. That was good.
All right, Jon Stewart.
No.
The Indian guy.
Nope.
Oliver.
Nope.
Colbert.
Yep.
Oh, really? He tried out?
Yeah. When Lorne Michaels was asked, whom did you overlook that you kicked yourself over later, his first response was Stephen Colbert.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Not Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey became a major freaking star.
But like I said, some people just rub Lorne the wrong way. Like maybe,
come on.
Even to this day, he's probably like, yeah, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey was on In Living Color. He was fantastic on that. Was the thing that really catapulted him.
The funny part about like Jim Carrey is I think I've read that he's just kind of quiet in real life. Like he's more.
Yeah, I don't think he's too stable.
He's not like Robin Williams, all over the place all the time.
We have a friend that auditioned twice for Silent Live.
Yeah.
And deserved to be on there, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Compared to some of the people I've seen on that show.
Yeah, but it's a tough choice. Everyone wants to be on it, right?
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, you know what? I did know that.
He said.
Remember, he had a talk show in the '90s.
Oh, really?
It was on late night on cable. Man, that's where I first discovered this guy.
I really like him a lot.
Even back then, I was like, "Who is this guy? He's hysterical."
He does that show with Louis Anderson.
Oh, Buckets.
It's so funny. Baskets.
Baskets. Between Two Ferns. Oh my God! Does he still do those?
I hope so.
Actually, they made a movie of it. That didn't really go anywhere, but I wonder if it was good. But what a great show that was, Between Two Ferns.
So Zach thought he'd landed a spot in the cast, and then he said, "But I got to New York, and I realized quickly that I was just hired to write."
So, and he said no, or did he do it?
And then he said that less than dream job of his lasted only 2 weeks. So he did it for like 2 weeks, and he was like, "They should tell you, shouldn't they tell you?" Like, let's say they ask you to be on Governors, and then you find out that you're just supposed to be hostess that night, or wash dishes.
I don't know what our role here is at Governors. But the thing is, at Saturday Night Live, they're probably thinking, we're providing you with the door. Now you're going to get your foot in that door. And that's probably where
They're writing.
well, yeah, where anything. You're coming in to work on Saturday Night Live to in some capacity. So make the best of it.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're thinking. You should just be happy to be here.
What if you're just a great actor and can't write though? You should.
Well, and that's what happened.
You should know writing comes easy to you, but it doesn't come easy to everyone else.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Writing does not come easy to me at all. Bad writing comes to me easy. Are you kidding? I look at Joey Cola's. I look at these guys that come in here, and I'm like, I look and how fast they come up with good, funny stuff.
Joey writes all the time. Joey has like notebooks in his like pocket.
Yeah, but I'm saying just even when these guys are just talking to each other. Yeah, but even when they're just talking to each other, they hit each other so quick with their wit.
Because they're used to it.
Oh man. Yeah, but I'm 50. It's too late for me.
Mindy Kaling, is that how you say her name?
Oh, from The Office?
Yeah. She said, I had these fantasies of going to SNL and falling in love with some writer on Saturday Night Live, of getting married and living in New York. But Kaling wasn't cast for her office, but she wasn't cast for her office job, but that was a good consolation prize. What does that mean? Kaling wasn't cast for her office job.
There's a period there. So it's a new sentence. Kaling wasn't cast, but her office job was a good consolation prize.
Oh, man, that was rough. That was me. Totally me. Who's my favorite comic?
You're going to upset a lot of people. Louis C.K.
Yes. I don't care. He got a bad deal. Poor Louis. All right. So, Louis C.K., he said, I'm so glad I didn't get cast on Saturday Night Live. I'm way better off because I host it now. That's a million times cooler and more fun because to be a cast member, it's a very, very difficult, grueling office job, like the worst kind of office job. A 12-hour-a-day with no end in sight office job.
It's true.
Yeah.
I've heard that. They have a grueling schedule, those guys. That's why a lot of them leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough life. I mean, I don't know what kind of money they make. I would assume it's good money, and it's, of course, great exposure. I would love to do it, but, yeah, it's tough.
This person tried out, and it surprises me she tried out, because I don't really see her as a comic, but she's a really good actress.
Susan Day. I don't know where that came from.
It's actually not that far, like
Shirley
as far
Jones.
as like style. Gina Davis. Just a solid actress. And,
no, that's smart on Lauren Michaels' part. I can't see her doing that.
Yeah.
She's very low key.
He said, Gina Davis met with us in the lobby of the Century Plaza Hotel. And it was all quite awkward and uncomfortable for everyone, especially considering she didn't get the job. They were just like, I guess they knew, immediately. I don't know who this person is. Kel Mitchell?
Yeah, that's, what's his name? They had that kid show. Who's the guy that's on there now? Kenan Thompson? Didn't Kenan have I think when he was a kid, he was yeah, there it is. Keenan's Good Burger Buddy. Right, that was the show they had. Good Burger. It was on Nickelodeon or one of those.
So Kenan said he did a song about Michael Jackson if he was allergic to trees. I did not moonwalk or move and flip the table with someone.
I did like a moonwalk and move and flip the table with someone's drink on it over. It was a mess. Yeah, that might hurt your chances.
I don't know who this is either, do you?
Oh, yeah, David Cross. I know David Cross. That's a very old picture of him. He doesn't look like that anymore.
His sketch group, Cross Comedy, did a showcase for Saturday Night Live producers, which bombed big time. He and Saturday Night Live writer Bob Odenkirk, he wrote for Saturday Night Live?
That I knew.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. See, that's my point. He started out as a writer for Saturday Night Live. Conan O'Brien started out as a writer for Saturday Night Live. You get your foot in the door and you go from there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you're not a writer and you're just a comic, what are you going to do?
Well, right. But, What does that mean? If you're a comic, you usually write your own stuff.
Not always, right? Aren't there some comics that just their delivery and they're just so funny, them breathing is funny? Doesn't someone write their jokes for them? Not everyone can do everything.
Most of them write their jokes themselves.
Oh, really?
And then that's the thing too. When you come in to Silent Live, if you have
songwriters, or singers, I thought it would be like the same thing.
Well, no. If you have a lot of your original stuff, you have characters like Robin Williams did, like Jim Carrey did, that usually helps you with Silent Live because then you're writing and performing, and it helps you get more screen time. Yeah, it's tough.
Well, Jim Carrey, he said that he was only 18 years old when he auditioned.
Oh, wow.
And didn't he do, I don't know how old he was when he did Pet Detective, but that was right after that, right?
It was right, what was right after what?
He got hired, I'll have to look it up. He got hired, like, right after that to start acting, so it wasn't a bad deal that he didn't get on.
Got hired, what are you talking about? Got hired where?
To start doing movies and stuff.
Well, he was already hired. After Pet Detective, he was hired to do movies? What?
To do movies like Pet Detective.
He was... Oh, so you're saying after you auditioned for Silent Live?
Yeah, then things took off for him anyway.
No.
Like, he didn't wait that long.
Right, I said that before. He kicked ass and In Living Color.
Sorry, I don't remember every single freaking thing you said in life. Oh my god.
Maybe you make more sense if you did.
Maybe you're a dick.
I got hired for a different show because of my dick. Is that your whole list?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah. The thing about my character that I did at the Groundlings is they weren't the big crowd pleasers, said Kudrow. She was passed over for Julie Sweeney, so you can blame Kudrow for, remember that she did that
It's Pat.
Pat character? Yeah. All right. That's all I had.
I love Lisa Kudrow. Who's that?
You love her, Goodman. And I don't know who this is.
Aubrey Plaza? Never heard of her. I have no idea who that is.
She's young. I don't know if you can see it.
I always thought Lisa Kudrow was the funniest one on Friends, and I always thought she was the best looking one.
Really?
Yep, I thought she was. Paul Rubens?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He said, after losing the spot on Saturday Night Live to Gilbert Gottfried, well, you lose a job to Gilbert. I mean, it's not like you're the worst actor in the world,
Right.
He borrowed $5,000 from his parents to develop his own stage show, and Pee Wee Herman was born.
And that's another one, Gilbert. I don't think people really associate Gilbert for being on SNL. What was that movie he was in? That was his big break. What was the movie? Wasn't it a romantic comedy of some sort that he was in? I forget now.
Steve Carell.
Oh, yeah?
This is sad. Did he or didn't he? Lorne Michaels says he kicked himself over not hiring Steve Carell after his audition, but Carell claims he never tried out.
No, that's weird.
So he didn't get the job. He didn't even try out.
Well, maybe somebody brought Carell's attention to maybe somebody pointed out Carell to Lorne Michaels, and he was like, "Eh."
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
that
what he
could
meant?
be. Yeah.
Jeez, I even forgot Gilbert was on there.
Adam Snare said Julie Sweeney's best role was the 2 minutes she had
In
at
Pulp
the
Fiction.
junkyard in Pulp Fiction. Plagano said Aubrey Plaza is amazing. Joe Stas says final 30 days are up. So Joe Stas is back with us.
Won't last. They'll throw him back in jail by Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. Andy said, let's not get into people that pay others to write their jokes. Don would have to come in and beat some ass.
Yeah, that was something last night, too. It was mentioned on Pasusu last night, joke stealers. And they showed a picture of Amy Schumer.
Oh, she steals jokes?
I don't know. I never heard that.
her stand up, man. I caught what like I didn't. I didn't catch it in Boston, but I saw her Boston show and she was so funny.
I thought her, yeah. From what I've seen of her stand up, I thought she was great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Letterman appearances. I think it was the last time she was on there before Letterman called it quits. She has a mini skirt on. She lifts it up a little bit to show a scar, or was it a scar, or maybe just a hole in her stocking or something. I forget what it was. But it was like, it's like on her,
upper thigh.
Yeah. And Letterman goes, "Oh, what is that?" She goes, "It's my vagina."
That probably got him.
Oh yeah, he just totally. And she actually laughed while she said it. Oh man, I was dying.
What's that? Adam Snare wants to know about John Candy. Oh, did he try out too? Like I said, it was just a short list. I'm sure there's 100 of them.
Well, he was on SCTV.
Oh yeah,
Second City.
Right.
With one of your favorites, Eugene
Levy.
Yeah,
I love him.
Yeah, they were all part of the SCTV guys.
Right. That show is. I thought that show was great.
John Candy, man. What a.
We watched Uncle Buck last week.
What a treasure he was. It's been 26 years already since he died?
Yeah.
He died like a week or two before Kurt Cobain.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. His death was kind of overshadowed, just like Farrah Fawcett's death was overshadowed because Michael Jackson died the same day.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't hear enough. Like, I don't know, John Candy. I don't know. You don't. He should have more recognition.
Yeah, I really loved him.
Even the small parts, like what was that, Meatballs he was in, and the Blues Brothers he was in. He's just Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
He's so funny. Uncle Buck, one of the funniest movies ever. Could you give me just a little? Would you wait? Give me. So funny. Love John Candy. Speaking of good movies, we did start to talk about on Monday before everything broke down on us. We watched what?
The last time.
Yeah. We watched over the weekend too. We watched The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone, otherwise known as Godfather 3. Francis Ford Coppola took Godfather 3. Now, we're not really giving spoilers away because that movie's got to be almost 30 years old at this point. But we all know that movie blew chunks. So Francis Ford Coppola took it and he re-edited it and changed some things around. And I think there's even stuff that wasn't in the first, wasn't in the original movie. And so he basically remade it. And we watched it over the weekend. Just came out last week. Came out last Thursday, I believe. And it wasn't that bad. It's definitely not as good as 1 and 2. Definitely doesn't come close.
No, not even remotely close.
And I'm not going to sit here and say, wow, it was a great movie. Or I'm not even going to say it was really good. I'm going to say it was okay. It was good. Like the original Godfather 3 was painful to watch. Almost to the point where you couldn't get through it. That's not the case anymore with this new edit. And maybe that's why I'm excited about it, because I'm just excited that they were able to redeem themselves after that piece of garbage.
If I were new going into it, I would watch 1 and 2, and I would watch this remake and not the other one.
Right.
But it still sucks. Like, don't be like, oh, these guys told me to watch, The Godfather. No, if you have, how long is it? 17 hours? It's really long.
It's two and a half.
And even though we don't wear watches anymore, you're like, so.
But
if you love that stuff, then watch the third.
The original Godfather 3, I couldn't even follow. I didn't even know what in the world was going on.
Yeah.
At least this time, you were able to follow it. You were able to keep up with the plot. And they also, and I hated that whole thing with the two cousins falling in love. Stupid. Didn't see the point of that. And it's still there in this recut, but it's downplayed, and it's definitely not in your face as much as the original Godfather 3. And so it's not great, but
Don't run out.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't watch it again.
But if it's something that if like you just love, like if you're a Star Wars freak, you're
right,
gonna
you have
see
to watch
every
it,
single
right.
thing. You have to do it. If you watch like the Avengers and this and that, even though you know a particular movie blows, you have to watch it because you don't want to miss something for the next. Like there's plenty of Avenger type movies that you're like, oh man, I just have to get through this because I don't want to miss something. So watch it if you like that stuff.
You know, again, I was just happy. I do feel these guys redeemed themselves. It wasn't. I don't know what they were thinking to make it in the first place. It's a weak script.
Yes.
The casting is not good.
Acting's.
Sofia Coppola and Andy Garcia sucked. Even their performance. Maybe the movie would be more tolerable with better actors. Andy Garcia.
Diane Keaton was good.
Oh yeah, Diane Keaton's always good.
She's
Although I don't know
always
what that hairdo was she had in it.
She was trying to look old, and
Yeah.
you know what? You can't make Diane Keaton look bad. It's really like I'm
Yeah.
like if I were her makeup artist and I had to make her 20 years old, I'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
What
with
was
you,
that movie
Diane?
she
You
made
look
with
like you're 20.
That movie she made with Jack Nicholson, where
Something's got to give.
she's easily in her 60s in that movie.
She's
Gets
a
naked in that movie and still looks
beautiful woman.
fantastic.
Yeah, she's one of those. She's kind of like the Robert Redford of women.
Oh yeah, he's still.
Well, some people just don't age.
No,
like,
Robert Redford kind of aged.
Yeah. Well, what is he? How old is he now?
Yeah, he's probably in his 80s.
When he was in his 60s, he looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what other movie did you say you wanted to talk about?
We saw Blinded by the Light this weekend.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
I was disappointed.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
Because it was a romantic comedy.
It was a romantic comedy.
It was corny.
And one thing that I love and you hate, like, and this is so funny, like it's not like I look forward to this.
Well, all right, hold off. Let me just explain what this movie is in case you're not familiar with it.
Yeah, okay.
So the reason I wanted to watch it, first of all, I love true stories. I love watching movies that are true stories. And this is a movie, it's called Blinded by the Light. Blinded by the Light is a famous Bruce Springsteen song. And I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan. This movie is a true story about a young kid in the 80s who was a nerd, didn't fit in, was lonely, and started listening to some Bruce Springsteen songs, was listening to the lyrics, and just got very inspired by the lyrics. And it's changed his whole life. It changed his whole life. And that's what the movie's about. And I thought, all right, this is a true story. This is an interesting story. It takes place in England, a Pakistani family that lives in England, apparently, which I didn't even know about. There was some racial tension back then between.
I didn't realize there was so much racial tension.
England residents and Pakistanis, and it was so I thought it'd be an interesting movie, but instead it's like this feel good, corny musical type thing, and yeah. So go ahead with your favorite part.
I don't look for these things. I don't. But when it happens, I get a kick out of it, and like the second it happens, I'm like, oh, and the second I go, oh, Tony will go, fuck's sake. Like, he hates it, and I love it, so it's so funny. Like, right in the middle of a movie, and people just start breaking out in song and dancing and stuff, and it just cracks me up, because I think it's so silly and funny.
Well, they didn't just break out in song. They broke out to Born to Run. One of the iconic rock and roll anthems ever made. Skipping through the streets.
Yeah.
Singing and dancing and skipping through the streets. It was the main character, his love interest, and the guy's best friend running through the streets. Like, you know, they're singing one line to Born to Run in one part of England. The very next line, they're in a different part of England, running through the streets. And of course, you know, people are watching them run past and like.
And then they join in.
They sing with them, and
start doing the same moves, even though they never met. Yeah, I love that stuff. And he just is like, so it even makes it more funny to me. Like, the second it happens, now I almost enjoy it more, because I know he's going to be like, So, but other than that.
So to see me in pain makes her enjoy it more.
It makes me laugh. But other than that, and it wasn't that much of it. Yeah. You liked it. No?
Nah.
I liked it. I thought it was okay.
No. It towards the end it did get a little bit better because there was less corniness towards the end, and it got a little more serious for a while. But
Springsteen wrote "Blinded by."
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a Bruce
Well,
Springsteen song.
I'm just asking because Ken Pichel said, seriously, did he sing that? No, he didn't just sing it. He wrote it.
Well, yeah, because the popular version, the version that everybody knows, is not Springsteen, but that's the same song.
Right.
Bruce put out his version, which nobody heard.
Everyone keeps saying Manfred Man.
Right, Manfred Mann then put out their version and had the big hit with it.
Right.
But yeah, that's the same song. And Manfred Mann did change some lyrics a little bit, but it's still Bruce's song.
Adam Snare said, Redford looks like he's wearing a rubber Redford mask.
Yeah, that's why I asked you that.
I know. Well, he's really old now, but when he was
skin
50s
got a little
and
weird
60s,
looking.
he looked hot.
Indecent Proposal, he still looked good? Because I thought it was right around that time I started to notice that he was starting
That
to look
movie
old.
was so ridiculous to me. Robert
I didn't
Redford
like that movie either.
walks up to you and is like, I'll give you $1 million for sex. I'm like, I feel like I have to give you $1 million. Are you kidding me?
Would you do that?
If Robert Redford came up to me and wanted to have sex with me for $1 million, yeah, why not? Like,
Would you do it for 10 grand?
I would give him 10 grand. Like, I don't. That's what. Like, the movie should have been this like ugly troll.
Oh, you're saying just the fact that it's so you would have sex with Robert Redford even if there's no money involved.
Yeah, it's Robert Redford. Like, let's say this like disgusting ugly woman came up to you with head sores. Like, it's gonna cost $1 million for you to bang her. But if like Sophia Loren walked up to you and be like, I'll give you $1 million to have sex, you'd be like, you're gonna give me $1 million?
Have you seen Sophia Loren lately? No, I think for the $1 million, yeah, but I wouldn't say it's Sophia Loren.
It's not a bad leg.
I would say, can you put on a rubber mask from what you look like in the 50s?
A Robert Redford rubber mask?
Yes. Sophia Loren, can you put on a Robert Redford mask? And then I'll do it. So you're saying if an ugly man offered you $1 million for one night of sex, you would say no?
$1 million. I got a lot of bills. Yeah.
So that's what I was asking before. So an ugly man offers you $10,000 for one night of sex. Would you do it?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
All right. So where's the border from maybe to yes? 50 grand?
Like, your border is thank you for asking.
$5.
Like, you're like, thank you for asking. Like, you just be honored and do it.
Really? You want it? You think I'm really? All right, sure.
Yeah. I think that, yeah.
That'd be me.
Yeah. You'd be like, wow, thanks.
But we're talking about you.
Oh.
What's your what is your threshold? When does it become a possibility to a definite?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd have to see what's going on that day.
See what's going on that day.
Yeah. How busy I am.
Because from one day to the next, she could all of a sudden have 50 grand in debt. That was a bad movie, though, Indecent Proposal.
Yeah.
Stupid movie.
Yeah, it was real. Everything about it just annoyed me. The whole movie bugged me.
There's a movie with Robert Redford, Morgan Freeman, and Jennifer Lopez. And I can't remember the name of it, but it's a great movie. Robert Redford's son dies. And the son was married to Jennifer Lopez. And he blames Jennifer Lopez for the death.
Oh, boy.
And Morgan Freeman's almost like the
mediator.
Yeah, I can't remember the title, but it was really good.
What's in the box?
You're just coming up with random Morgan Freeman movies?
Yeah, he's great. He's such a good actor. Annie Plagiano said, I'd sleep with Jane Mansfield for $1 million. Granted, she's been dead for 50 years.
I was about to say that.
Well,
although her daughter.
Yeah.
I would have sex with her daughter. She still looks good to me. Margista Cartaway, whatever the hell. Mariska Hardaway.
Yeah, Daniel Asher says she's with me. Robert Redford, yum. Clint Eastwood hasn't aged.
Yeah, really? He
Well,
looks pretty old in the
that's what
Mule.
Yeah, Adam Snare said. But even like it for an old guy, he's what? He's got to be. Is he 90 something?
Yeah, he is 90.
Yeah, so he, you know.
Oh yeah, he's still considered good looking. That was
No,
funny.
he's
The
aged
mule.
well. Yeah.
Thanks, old man. You're welcome, Dykes. That was funny. It's a good movie, The Mule. Check that out.
Well, Tim Saliani said, watch The Sound of Metal. Oh, is that the hearing thing? I think it is. I think it's this this guy who's in a metal band. It looks very good. I do want to watch
This is
it,
a
Sam.
documentary or a real movie?
Real movie.
They're not going to skip through the streets just to a heavy metal song, are they?
I don't know, but he loses his hearing.
Oh, yes. I did see the trailer for that.
I
And
totally want to see that.
So he gives up music or something?
I
Right?
don't know what he does.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw the trailer for that.
I mean, how can you sing if you can't hear? I mean,
it just came out this year, right?
like Huey Lewis went through that.
Huey Lewis said he contemplated suicide.
Andrew Pellegrino said, Blinded by the Light, said, Sallie, it sounds like the best movie ever. Thanks for sharing. Now he said, sounds like the gayest movie
Don't
ever.
bother. Don't bother. If you think Yesterday was a chick flick, wait till you see this one.
Yeah,
It's almost in the same vein as Yesterday. It's cornier than Yesterday.
It's cornier.
And I didn't like Yesterday.
But it's cute corny. Like, that's the whole thing. He's a total nerd. And so it's that corny nerd movie. I love stuff like that. I'm glad I saw it. I mean, I would take that over whatever 3 we were just talking about.
Godfather 3.
Godfather 3. You stick 3 corny movies in the same time frame of what I was stuck watching. That awful thing.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
No, you would you were happier watching that
at least it's Pacino.
Springsteen. At least it's like good fun music. It was great music, obviously.
Yeah, but even that, like the Bruce Springsteen song "The Promised Land," they must have used that song like 8 times in this movie.
Yeah.
It was like Springsteen's people must have said,
That's
"All right."
what inspired him first.
The people making the movie went to Springsteen people and said, "Okay, we have $20,000 budget for songs. What can we use?"
Yeah.
And they gave them like 3 songs: "Born to Run," "Promised Land," and "Dancing in the Dark."
Yeah.
And that was like. I mean, Promised Land was in this movie constantly. It was like, even I was getting sick of it already. Like, all right, please, Bruce Springsteen has been making records for almost 50 years. Can we find another one now?
Yeah.
Please?
It was good, though. Like, the kid, he was a writer. He loved to write poems. He wanted to write songs. And his, Pakistani family just wanted him to take engineering classes. But he kept winning these writing awards. And he had to stand up for himself. That he wasn't just going to sit around and be matched up in... marriage with someone, and it was good. I liked it. I thought it was good. I'm glad I saw it.
All right.
What time is it?
It's almost 12:05.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
I'm going to give you one more thing, and then we'll go.
Okay.
Unless you want to keep going, I don't care. So there's this. There's a spa here on Long Island called Victoria Nails and Spa. 3 people who are part of a family that owns that chain. There's over 15 nail salons of Victoria Nails and Spa, and they own some other companies. These people were arrested Thursday after authorities said the trio, 3 people from this family, applied for loans through the U.S. Small Business Administration's Paycheck Protection Program.
Okay.
Which was created to help businesses survive during this coronavirus, during the restrictions due to corona.
And nail places were closed down.
Right.
Okay.
From April 2020 through at least June, these 3 people submitted online applications to 2 financial institutions seeking over $13 million in government-backed PPP loans.
Wow. That's a lot of nails.
The trio lied about the number of workers. They lied about how much those workers earned, and they lied about their total payroll in order to receive larger loans.
Okay.
Even submitting bogus and doctored payroll and tax records. The same workers were listed as employees at multiple nail salons to support the loan applications, with some employees listed at as many as 7 different nail salons during the same time period. They were charged with conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud, major fraud against the United States, and conspiracy to make false statements. Okay? Now, not really, kind of a boring story. They're jerks and they got caught, so haha. But I wanted to share with you their names.
Uh-oh.
3 people from this family. 2 of them from Hicksville, as a matter of fact.
Oh, no. Do we know them?
Possibly. Peter Nyan, or Nyan, I think.
Nigel.
Nguyen.
Win.
Peter Nyan.
Peter Win.
Peter Win. Peter didn't win. He got arrested.
Yeah.
Victoria Due Ho, also known as Vicky Ho. And this is the person's real name, according to this article. Dat Tat Ho.
So Win Ho Ho.
What?
Well, I'm doing the 3 last names.
Oh, Win Ho Ho.
Win Ho Ho.
So
Ho Ho Win.
So Dat Tat Ho, if you get rid of the middle name Tat, you just, there goes Dat Ho.
Dat Ho.
Hey, Dat Ho.
Dat
wow,
ho,
look at that Ho.
Win. Okay.
I just cracked me up, so I wanted to share that story. I thought it was funny.
Ho ho ho.
Win that ho. That's a really jolly green giant. Win that ho.
Legeno said he hasn't seen Yesterday because he respects himself. You have to see Yesterday.
No, you don't.
Yesterday was good.
Yesterday sucked.
Yesterday was good.
It was a corny, stupid romantic comedy.
I love romantic comedies.
Go on YouTube, Andrew Plazanos, and go see the scene that features John Lennon. That was the only good scene in the whole movie. It was very well done, because the movie is about
well,
the
you
Beatles.
can't appreciate that scene if you haven't seen the whole movie.
Not true.
Go see it.
No, Andy, don't put yourself through that. The movie takes place where the Beatles never existed, except in this one guy's mind. He remembers them, but nobody else seems to. So he took all the songs and claimed them for himself. And then he looks up. So if there were no Beatles, Lennon wouldn't have been killed. So this main character decides to look up John Lennon, tracks him down and finds him, and there's a nice scene where he has a chat with him. And it's great. That's the only good part of that movie. You would take Yesterday or Blinded by the Light over The Usual Suspects?
Me?
Yeah.
I would take Romper Room over The Usual Suspects. Yeah, I didn't love
That tells you right there the kind of mentality
it was
you're dealing with.
dark and yeah, I like romantic comedies that people break out into song. I'm glad I saw The Usual Suspects. I'm glad.
She's lying.
It's not my favorite movie at all. Yeah, I would totally take both those movies over that. Yeah.
So now you guys know not to take any movie advice from her.
I like funny, feel-good, sweet movies. It's not bad.
Funny. Forrest Gump is a funny,
Yes.
sweet, feel-good movie.
Yes.
These things are corny, predictable pieces of garbage. And you only take your girl to them because you want some loving after the movie.
Is that why you take me?
Absolutely. No, actually, in all seriousness, those 2 movies looked better in the previews than they actually were.
Okay.
And because they were music-based, I was into it. But they were big, giant, fat, old disappointments. Just like this radio station. We're
On
out.
that note.
We'll be back tomorrow, I guess. 11 o'clock. Today is Thursday, so it's Georgia and Soul Space at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then that other limo talk thing at 9:45.
We'll be back tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow at 11. Everybody have a great day.
Thanks for hanging with us.